welcome you all here for Zari's first ever session with work. Zari's been spelling for 2 years, mainly due to he had some tendon issues to begin with. He did bow both tendons as a racehorse, so he had to have a bit of a spell with that. And then secondly, I'm just time poor. However, I've finally gotten organised and I've set out a work schedule for him. So we're going to get him underway and up and going over the next few months. So what I want to do today with Zari is just get him familiar with the round yard and to get him to start to listen and understand voice commands. So I am going to work him in a bridle. That way I've got a little bit better communication with him if he chooses to not listen to me. So that way I'm able to put a few half halts on him and he then has to respond to me rather than me waiting for him. Because if you train without having a lunge lead and a bridle on, what you will find is that your horse will not be as responsive. And that's because what they do is as they are working around and you say, for instance, you want to teach them the word command to stop. So you can use whatever, I use whoa. Okay, so what they will do is they'll be going around and I'll be going whoa, whoa, whoa. But what happens is if that I have no connection with him to be able to communicate effectively with him to stop when I ask him to stop, he will then learn that whoa means nothing and that he is still in control and he can determine when he wants to stop. And that's definitely not how we want to train our horses. We want to train our horses so that when we ask something, they are responding to us straight away. Okay, so I'll just get the lunge lead popped on Zari and we're going to get underway. So I'm also making sure that with my lead that it's not wrapped around my hand, because if he does pull on it, I don't want to be at risk of having my hand caught in the lead. A bit of sand stuck in here from the rain overnight. So because thoroughbreds are quite sensitive, got to make sure that there's lots of reward, lots of love, lots of affection. So I already obviously have a really good connection with this horse. I did work with him as a racehorse, so I had a really good connection with him even prior to him coming to my place. And one thing that makes you work even easier is if they're really, really affectionate. So Zari loves affection, he loves cuddles, he loves scratches, he loves being brushed. So he's quite easy to train with just using a pat as a reward. If your horse isn't quite as affectionate, you may have to use some treats to begin with to get them to start to soften up to you a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know all of Zari's history. I only worked with him for about 6 months. Prior to that, I have no idea how he was handled, how he was treated. So I've actually never used a lunge whip with him. So I don't know how he's going to react to it. I hope he's not going to overreact. Ideally, I don't want him to overreact, but we never know. So starting off with just using the sound that I want him to understand to go forward, which is just going to be a clicking sound. And just placing the whip up. I never touched him with it. Okay, so he's popped up into a trot all by himself. I haven't asked for that. But because this is his first time, I'm not going to be overly worried about it. And he's pretty fresh, which is expected for having 2 years off, and as you can see, he's pretty fat. He doesn't have shoes on, and he is a little bit tender in that foot, so we're definitely not going to do too much with him. And I will get a set of shoes on him to be able working with him. So when I brought him down from the paddock, he showed no signs of lameness whatsoever. So he is just taking a few tender steps there. So we're just going to keep the work really short, really sweet. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for some signs that he's starting to relax and ready to communicate. Because if he doesn't show those signs, there's no point me even trying to ask, because I'm just setting him up to fail, and I don't want that. I want to set up so that my horses can succeed. That way, they build confidence. They build confidence in themselves, and they build confidence in you as their leader. So if you ask them to do something when they're very first learning and you know they're not going to be able to do it, and they're going to fail, and then they're going to have to be either reprimanded or a reprimand can mean many different things. Reprimand does not necessarily mean having to hit your horse. But if you have to step in and try and force what you want from them, then it's not going to work. So the signs that I'm looking for is that he's not overly looking around at everything. He is going to look around a little bit because it's his first time down here. So he's having a little look, but he's starting to relax. The head's starting to lower that little bit. And when he does relax, that inside ear, the one closest to me, you see how it turns and faces me? That's what I'm looking for. When that ear turns and faces me, his attention's on me. When it's not facing me, his attention is elsewhere. So I'm looking to make sure that that ear starts to face towards me. So he's starting to relax, he's starting to slow down, head's low, and that ear's starting to stay locked on me a little bit more. So next time his ear's locked on me, I'm going to ask him to stop. Just waiting for him to be a little bit more focused. And whoa. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So he wants to walk off, so whoa. Good boy. So I'm not sure if you could see, but I did apply quite a few half halts there with the lead rope. So that was just me communicating to him, I need you to stop now. And so he stopped initially, and then he got a little bit confused. He was just like, is this what you want? Even though I was telling him he's a good boy, he doesn't quite understand that yet. He doesn't understand that good boy means that he can finish doing what I've asked, which was going forward. So now that he's stopped, I'm going to be a little bit over the top with his reward. Lots of pats, because I want to encourage him to come back into me when I say woo next time. Good boy. Okay, so we'll do one more go this way. So again, I'm going to ask him to walk off, making sure that my left hand is helping guide him out. Because if I just walk back, he's probably going to want to try and follow me. So left hand up, right hand out with the whip. So he moved off just that whip alone, lifting up, didn't touch him. The whip didn't touch him. So as you can see, he's quite a light horse, quite a sensitive horse. I prefer that with horses. So that means I don't have to work as hard as the rider. You get a horse that's not quite as sensitive. Now behaviour, I'm not worried about that, he's fresh. If I was to try and stop that and reprimand that, he's going to start to get worried. He's going to lose confidence with being in here. The round yard is a little bit wet. We've had a bit of rain. I have put a bit of a drain in it, but it's not quite low enough. So I am going to have to do a little bit more work with that. But after having 2 years of solid drought, it's quite nice to actually see a little bit of water lying around. So again, I'm just letting Ben to calm down that little bit. Just relax. And he's starting to relax now. have a little look at me there, which is good. I think he's focused on me. I was going to try and ask him to stop then, but he just got a little bit too quick coming out of there, which means he's not ready. If I ask him while he's trying to quicken up at this point in time, I'm setting him up to fail. I want it to be a really, really easy thing for him to do. Good boy. Good boy. Good. I'll just pop over to this side so that I can talk while I pat him. So I wasn't able to give any warning to you guys when I was going to stop him, because he relaxed right down, he slowed down, he turned and looked at me, his ear was locked on me, he gave me all the signs, he was looking to me for some guidance, he was ready to listen, so I had to react like that straight away. I had to pick that moment and make sure that I got in right then and there. And so as you can see, as soon as I used that word command, whoa, he came back to a walk. He didn't stop completely, and that's when I had to then use those half halts as I continued my voice command to then get him to stop. The things aren't going to be perfect straight up because he doesn't know. He doesn't know any of this. This is all brand new to him. So he's going to make a few mistakes. And as long as he's trying, that's all we can ask for. So I'm going to go this way now. So as you can see, I really didn't place hardly any pressure on him. Just touched him, lifted the whip up, gave him one tiny little click, and he was off. And again, he's going to do his own thing, but for all he knows, he's coming back in to be a racehorse. He doesn't know that he's not going to be a racehorse this time in. So he's a little bit happy, he's a bit excited. A lot of people have the wrong theory about racing. A lot of people think that they're forced to do it, they hate it, but as a matter of fact, the majority of horses absolutely love their work. Thoroughbreds are bred to have a really, really good work ethic. Been bred into them over years and years. Same with like Australian stock horses, they've got brilliant work ethic. And it's all been bred into them over quite a few decades. And so I don't want to knock his confidence with his work ethic. He's coming out and going, woo, let's do this. I don't want to knock that out of him. I want him to know to work with me and to want to work with me. And all I have to do is kind of shape it and mold that work ethic into what I want from him. So he's starting to relax now. When he's giving me all the signs, I'm going to ask him to stop. Notice too, when I'm ready to stop, I put the whip away. It's tucked in behind me. Good boy. Good boy. So you can see each time he's getting better and better and better at it. He's starting to realise that when he comes in, he's going to get lots of pats, lots of love. As I said, he's a really affectionate horse, so he's going to respond so well to this. Okay, one more time this way, just to try and make sure that I get even amounts on both sides for now. Okay, so making sure I set my lead up, that it's not wrapped around my hand, that I've got control. Right hand's going to go up towards his face to indicate that I don't want him to come in, and he's going to move off with me just moving that whip just a little bit. So this is where a lot of people get huge overreactions from their horses. It's because they go in with whip straight up, tap them with the whip, and lots of clicking, and the horse just bursts out of their skin. So I just, as soon as he started to move off of my pressure, I backed off. Because he's reading my body language. He's ready, yep, we're getting ready to go, even though I haven't quite asked him yet. As we progress, I'm going to want him to wait. But for now, he's trying. He's really trying hard to do the right thing. Nice and relaxed. Good boy. So that time, just as I thought he was concentrating on me, my old horse Toby started to walk over towards the fence. And so Zari's attention went away from me and onto Toby. That's okay, that's all right, these things happen. So I just had to continue with what I was asking until his attention came back on me and he follows through. So I wasn't really happy with how he responded. He took a little bit too long for my liking. So I'm going to ask him one more time. I'm going to ask him one more time this way and try and get it a little bit better before we finish. Okay, so setting up, hand up, whip up. Good boy. So that time he wasn't quite as sensitive. Probably losing a little bit of energy. Because he's had 2 years off, so he's pretty unfit. That's why I don't really care to push him too much right now. Because I know that he's quite unfit and a little bit of work is going to knock him up quite quickly. I do want him to pop up the trot though, so whip out to the side, that's all I needed. I didn't have to click, nothing. So reading my horse and making sure that I don't overwhelm him with too many aids. Like too many unnecessary aids. Just wait until he's really focused because I want to get a really good successful one. Good boy, good boy. So as you can see, you had really good timing then. The old horse was just standing eating grass, so he wasn't going to distract him. Zari lowered his head right down, he slowed right down. He was locked on me, he was concentrating on me, he was ready to stop, so pulled him up. So I only had to give him one little half halt in the walk to get him to stop and turn into me. I ideally don't really like horses turning into me while I'm lunging them and working them. I prefer them to stand out there and wait for me to go out to them. That way if I'm lunging I can get them to stop and then move them on straight away. So I like to incorporate a lot of transitions in my lunging because I use lunging as a training tool for them. So and the halt, that's a part of your training. So I like to be able to halt my horse and then have them walk off again, nice and calmly. So it doesn't bother him. He doesn't get any miscommunication that I want him to go. And so he's really happy with today. He's turned around, he's followed me, he's looking at me going, oh, is that all we're doing? So that's a really good sign that he's willing to still approach me because that means he wants to be with me. He's really enjoyed the bit of work that he's done and he wants to be with me and continue to be with me. So that's what you're looking for. So as you can see, it's really, you've got to keep it really short and simple with them to begin with. Don't overwhelm them. Thoroughbreds hate being overwhelmed. overwhelmed. You overwhelm them, their anxiety is going to go through the roof, they're going to overreact, and you're going to get a bit of an explosion. So just keep it nice and short, and that way you can do, your training will progress a lot faster, because rather than taking 10 steps forward, 20 steps back, you're going 2 steps forward, 2 steps forward, 2 steps forward, 2 steps forward. Rightio, that will do for today's lesson, and we'll catch you next lesson.